Hi everybody, here's a quick video to show you how to take through Design Space this new SVG to create a single use 30 space countdown calendar. I already do one with the little boxes that slide in and out of a frame which you can reuse, but this is a single use one. It can cut all on the standard mat. It's basically 30 spaces, as you can see. Each space is about 30, just over 30 millimeters cubed. You get vinyl decorations for the front on this one if you want to use it for Ramadan. There's an alternative greeting as well. I don't think I need much more to tell you. It has a cover, as you can see, a separate cover that lifts up. You wouldn't have to use that if you didn't want to. It just attaches at the top with a sort of a spine. So you wouldn't have to use the cover if you didn't want to. But I do think it looks really elegant with it on. Quite like this one. Right, so let's go to Design Space and I'll show you how to cut it. It's pretty simple, really. It does need quite a lot of paper because all those pockets need to be cut individually. So there it is in my library. I'll bring it in. All the pieces for the project come in the one SVG file, which looks a bit complicated, but it's really super simple to unpick it and decide which bits you're using and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and do that now. As usual, your first step with any multi-part SVG with score lines is you've got to convert the lines that come in as cuts, which we actually want to be scores. And in my SVGs, they always live in that first subgroup in your layers panel. If an SVG has been saved in the easiest way for you to use it in Design Space, it comes in an overall group. So everything is in one group, and within that you've got two subgroups. And for ease of converting your scores, ideally you want one group that's got all your lines to convert to score in, and another group that has all your cuts in it. And you can see, we can scroll down and see all those tiny little cuts in that cover decoration there. So we just need to select that first subgroup, click on the name of it, and it selects everything in the group. Then go to your operations menu. They're currently set to basic cut, so click on basic cut and choose score from the drop down, and you can see that those lines have been converted now. And while they're still selected, because there's more than one set, we need to ungroup them. So ungroup for me, I'm using the desktop version for PC. It's at the top of the layers panel here. If you're using the mobile app, it'll be in one of the menus along the bottom. So ungroup the scores. Second step is to click on that group below, which contains all the cuts, and you just need to ungroup once. Don't worry about any subgroups within that. They're there for a reason. So just click it once. There's a lot in it with this little decoration piece, so it does take a while. So just wait for this ungroup symbol to disappear. There we go. And the third step is to select everything on screen. You can do that in a number of different ways. You can use the select all button or drag a box around things and ungroup it a third time. So now everything on screen is as separate as we need to be so that we can attach the scores to the individual pieces they relate to. I'm also going to attach the numbers in this layout. So select those and attach them, and then they'll print exactly as you want them. Pardon me, I hate it when people say print. It drives me nuts, and I'm doing it myself. Then they'll cut exactly as you want to in numbers ready to transfer. These two greetings don't need attaching because they are already welded. Yeah, they'll just cut. You will choose whichever one you want, of course, if you're making this for Ramadan. And then this cover decoration, select all that and attach it. Otherwise it won't all print. It won't all cut in that layout. Now we need to attach the scores to the cut pieces as well. This is the cover. This piece here at the top is the spine that attaches to the top of the countdown calendar. This is only cuts. There are no scores in the what we call the doors layer, but we still need to attach it so that all those tiny cuts come in the right place. These are the pockets. You'll understand this when you get your instructions. They slide into this, which is the holes layer. So I'll just attach that and then we'll go and have a look at a pic just so you understand what I'm talking about. So you've got your doors layer here. Underneath that there's that holes layer that folds in to make the holes, and then into that slides a pocket. Into each hole goes an individual pocket. So That's what I'm talking about there. But you don't need to remember because it's all covered in the PDF instructions that you get to help you with assembly. It's not a difficult job, this at all, really. A little bit time consuming at this stage, but otherwise it's pretty quick. So that's the holes layer, we've attached that. That's the pocket, we've attached that. That's the doors layer, we've done that. This this lot of pieces here, the 5 pieces, is the base of the box and the walls. So we need to attach all these walls separately, just so we've got the maximum amount of playability when we come to fit it on card, really. They might cut next to each other, but you don't know. No scores on the base piece, obviously. Right, so the next thing we need to do is, this is the pocket, that you need a pocket for every one of these holes in the holes layer. So we need 30 pockets. So we're just going to bring that down, and I'm doing copy and paste there. You can also do duplicate buttons there at the top of the layers panel if you're on the same version of the app as me. If you're on a PC, you can also do Control D on your keyboard, which is a bit quicker. So we've got 4 there. Now 5. So I'm just going to duplicate those whole 5 to get 10. Zoom out a little bit, and then I'm going to select that 10 and duplicate those. So now I've got 20 and do it again. So now I've got 30. Right, so if we click make it, I did experiment, by the way, with taking these and seeing if I could get a more economical cut by slotting them inside each other like this, and you can't really. The way Design Space does it isn't too bad at all, actually. So let's have a look. It does take a little while because some of it's quite complicated. All the vinyl will cut on your standard mat from less than a 12 by 12 sheet. And obviously if you need to, you can split it up and cut it in scraps that you've got in your drawer. These are the actual cardboard pieces for the calendar, and I'm going to choose 12 by 12 there. And if you do that, we can see you don't waste a lot of space. There's one of the pages, one of the mats with the pockets on. It doesn't waste a lot of space, and you don't achieve much by moving things around either. I have tried it because if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know that I'll cut a current if I can, but you don't really achieve anything by moving these around. You're still only going to get 9 on a sheet, so you may as well just let Design Space do its thing. So if you do that, you need about a 12 by 12 sheet of vinyl for the cover decoration. If you choose this design that I've included with the SVG, of course, you can use this for anything and you can decorate the cover in any way you want. And then you need 8 sheets of 12 by 12 to actually make the calendar. There is room on the mat to take this design up a little bit bigger, not loads. This is your biggest piece. That's the one that you will have to watch when you do enlarge it. But even if you cut on A3, you're still limited to the cutting width, aren't you? So it can't go loads bigger, but you can take it up about 20% from where it is now, and then you'll end up with pockets which are about 34, 35 millimeters square, so a little bit bigger if you want that. Millimeters cubed, should I say. They end up being a cube shape. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any problems when you come to cut or assemble it, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Loads of help offered in the PDF, loads of photographs. It shows every stage that you go through to assemble it, and it's not difficult, this one. I'm not trying to scare anybody off this one, as I have a couple of my recent ones which are more complicated. But if you do have any problems, please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can contact me on Facebook or Etsy. The links are in the description below. And if you've just stumbled across this video and you'd like to buy the SVG, the link to do that is also in the description. Okay, thanks for listening. Thanks a lot. Bye.